Hello, everyone out there, and hello and welcome to the iSurvivor 38 Final Tribal Council. We have our jury. We have what, in the first time in history for at least iSurvivor, maybe anywhere, we have a Final Four. This is all thanks to Edna. Edna wanted the game to start with 4 tribes, and she wanted the game to end with 4 of you. She has given each of you a stone, which she felt best represents you. So, Juan is representing wisdom via the Perla stone. Maddie is representing tranquility via the Amethysta stone. Mona Lisa is representing passion via the Rubino stone, and Robin is representing royalty via the Zafiro stone. So one of the 4 of you are about to take the crown from Queen Taisha. A big crown to fill, but one of you is about to fill it. So we have already done opening speeches. You made a video to the jury. They have heard it. So now we are going to go into the jury questioning. And to kick it off is none other than our lovely, fantastic, wonderful queen herself, Julia Brown. It's all yours, Julia.
Can y'all hear me? Play. Okay. Well, I don't really have a question because I feel like it's been 10 years since I got eliminated. Death by rock. So yeah, I just feel like, well, I've been at tribals and I've been watching recordings and everything, but I feel like to a certain extent, there's just stuff you don't get unless you're there, you know? So I think that all 4 of you have a long night ahead of you. Therefore, I've decided to double up as queen of the jury and Final Four hype girly. So yeah, I'm just going to hype all of you up. Maddie Shidatista, Orgs, Purple. Shidatista is my original tribe, and I love that. I think that you played a phenomenal game. When I got to the merge, I went straight to my pro chat, and I was like, yep, Maddie Oatmeal is going to be at the end. And you know what? I was right. So yeah, I'm proud of you, and I'm sad that we didn't get the chance to work together like I wanted to, but congrats on making it to the end, and I hope you slay tonight. Mona Lisa, I love you. I love you so much. And I am very happy that I got the chance to meet you in this game. Yeah, I feel like you left me better than you found me. And I am very thankful for all of the time that we spent just talking to each other, getting to know each other. That was one of the best parts of the season for me. So thank you. I love you and I'm very proud of you. Robin, I've been a Robin stan ever since joining the jury 10 years ago. And yeah, I just think that you are a fucking icon, and one of the biggest disappointments of the game for me was not getting to know you as well, because we had 2 hours together. But yes, I've been a huge Robin stan. I've been really hoping to see you at the end, literally ever since getting to the jury. So I'm really glad that I see you here. I think my only piece of advice for you tonight is to really just tell the jury what was intentional on your game and what moves you led and how you thought that would impact your game and why you decided to do that. But best of luck. You have a huge cheerleader in me, and good luck. And Juan, I love you. Juan Darius Roberts, Orgs. I am so proud of you for making it this far. Here we are, over a year later, and you're still better than me. And that's okay, because we could have made history and we could have, continued on our story, but Edna said, fuck us. So it's okay. Good luck. I love you, and you've got this. And all 4 of you, remember that just because you're at the end, what? All 4 of you are at the end, and no matter what you think the jury thinks of you or whatever, you're at the end, and that doesn't make you any less dangerous than anyone sitting beside you. It's a Final Four. It's Edna's shit show. Welcome, but My vote is completely open tonight, so good luck. Orgs. Okay, bye.
Awesome. Thank you, Julia B. Sheet is not here, so we will jump over to the one, the only, Sam Duncan.
Hello. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to talk to you all. Congratulations on sitting exactly where all of us would just love so much to be sitting right now. I mean, okay, anyways, I'm probably gonna ramble and you're probably gonna have to cut me off, but it's fine. So, the first question, so this kind of, okay, question for everybody. But I know that we are probably going to hear a lot from you about things that you've done well in this game, and highlighting the things that, you know, make you like, that you want to show us that you have like a winning game. I did all of these really cool things. However, in a game where you're not able to have a lot of elements like within your control, I want to know what was your lowest point in the game, and how were you able to recover from it? And I'm going to go Maddie, Mona Lisa, Robin, and Juan, because that's the order you're on in my screen.
I was first, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I think the lowest point for me, I mean, it's hard being like safe so much. Like I wasn't really up to be in danger all that time, but I really feel like this like last week where I've just been so busy, it has made my end game extremely difficult. And this is where I always kind of flop in games. And I generally put myself in a position where I have to win out, which is not always generally respected. But I hope you all can see that that's just kind of the player that I am. And I hope you can respect it. And even with that setback, I was still able to make it here, which was kind of a crazy feat. It's very unique. I've never had to experience this before. And I was thrown into something last minute that was completely out of my control. And I thought my game was over in a matter of 2 seconds. And so I hope that provides a little bit more insight as to why I was a little bit so absent. And if you guys have more questions about that, I would gladly answer. But outside of that, for the most part, I was fully in control of my game and was able to play the way I wanted to and make the moves I wanted to get here. I hope that answers your question.
I'm next.
Yeah.
First of all, you look amazing tonight. I just want to say that. And I'm not kissing ass. I mean that. I feel like I had numerous low points in this game, but I would say, first of all, I'm also busy and I have millions of things going on as well. And I managed to multitask and make sure to like dig deep and find the grit and like actually be, you know, move things around and just multitask and make sure I was present for the entire game from beginning to end. But to answer your question, I feel like the lowest point would be when Tim was eliminated, because that was my last real ally in this game. And after Tim left, I had literally people that I was working with or talking to, but like, and aside from Marcelo, but like, I know me and Marcelo had a rift as well, so I wasn't sure where I stood with him. But I would say after Tim leaving, I really felt like a lost puppy. And I was just like, what am I going to do now? I didn't have, you were gone, Sam, Thomas was gone, Tim was gone. I was like, oh, Sham was gone, everyone was gone. So I really had to like dig deep and find different ways to approach the situation. John was gone, that's another. So like, I feel like the lowest point for me was when Tim went home, but also it was a high point because it really made me think of how I can like persevere the situation. And that was when I really started to dig my claws into the game and like figure out how am I going to get to the end at all costs.
Yes, hello, Sam. As Mona Lisa said, you look so gorgeous tonight. You know, it's very difficult for me in these games because I feel like I always play a really good game. It's a very under the radar game. I don't feel like I'm up front. I'm not going to be the loudest. And I feel like that's not very appreciated. I'm not gonna say I did not have any low moments in this game, but I had very rare moments in the game where I was at a low point. But I think a low point in this game that really lit the fire and really told me, like, Robin, you need to focus, you need to get your head in the game, was that round when the tower happened and Thomas played that card. I was starting to develop relationships with like you, Sam, and I feel I was talking to a little bit with Thomas. And when that card was played, it really showed like where the alliances were. And, you know, of course, I had my alliance of like, or my side of like Maddie and Rachel and stuff, but I've always felt on the bottom with that. So like when that whole thing happened and all of you were saving each other on that side, and then Rachel hesitating on saving me, I was like, well, where do I fit into anyone's plan here, you know? So that really was a low point for me. And that's when I realized, okay, I have to really keep my eye on this other side and not, I was willing to like really put all my eggs in one basket with like certain people like you and stuff, Sam, where that showed me I couldn't do that. And I had to really focus on my game as a whole and like, what can I do to now deviate from this potential alliance that is forming that I'm probably on the bottom on. So that was my lowest point. But also I would say one of the lowest point was finding out that this is going to be a final four, because I think everybody in this game planned for a final three, right? That's what Survivor is. So I think at final four, when I found out it was going to be a final four, I wanted to kind of like give up and quit and like be like, well, am I worthy of even coming here tonight? But I fought my way here and I still persevered, and I hope you all see that tonight.
Hey, Sam, can you hear me? Are my headphones working? Okay, perfect. Thank you for the question. I would have to say I had a couple of low points, but I got to say all like culminated in the one round again where the tower card was played and finding out that I kind of was a target there. But losing someone like Sheed at that point, who I knew 100% probably had my back going forward. Like, even though I know she had other connections, she'd always told me like what was up and like what was going down. But I knew at that point I had to like recoup and like reevaluate what I was in the game and how I was going to move forward, because I think that round impacted me a lot. And then another place that I think my game was pretty low is, again, when you went home, Sam. Ultimately, I didn't want you to go home. We even got on a call right before that, and I was like, we need to do something. You can save this. Let's try to figure something out. And it ultimately didn't happen. And that was another point where I was like, okay, where am I staying in this game? Am I really going on the right path? But my whole game was just sitting around, basically, no matter what I had to do, I had to get here. And I was going to make every moment and take every moment and make sure I make it a way to turn it around and not have a negative impact on where I was going, and always make sure that, you know, again, I turn situations around and make the best of them.
Awesome. Thank you so much for answering my question. I'll let me just ramble just a little bit longer, and then we can move on from me. But honestly, I think every single one of you here in this final tribal council, you are all bringing something to the table here. I think you've all played great games. Some of them I still need to see a little bit more of than others, but like does not discount any of the greatness there at all. You all look super cute tonight also. And yeah, I just say just own it. And yeah, I don't know. There was more in my head as I was talking, but now I'm just rambling. So I love you all, and keep killing it.
Thank you so much, Sam. Rachel is not here. John's not here, but he did leave you all some parting words. He's out partying at the Taylor Swift concert right now. So this is all tied into that. So let me read his stuff. Congrats, Final Four. Each of you achieved and did things in the game that I wish I did. So glad to have played and gotten to know you all truly. Wish I could be here, but I'm currently at Era's tour. So Mona, I feel like you best took advantage of what was going on with me in this game. You saw I was insecure in my position and made me feel welcome. It is my fault that I did not see you immediately disposing of me coming, but you explicitly did not promise that. I think you went through this game so well, and I applaud you. I applaud the way you play. Your Taylor error is fearless. So that is from John to Mona. Up next is Maddie. Your Taylor era is 1989, my favorite album, because you were one of my favorites to connect to. You truly did what I wish I could have slayed: immunity, social advantages, and whatever else goes into this game. Hope people don't sleep on you, to be honest. I heard as people started coming into Pondy that you might have spread more tease and drama than I realized. And then Robin, bad reputation, bad reputation. Honestly, kind of the best album because you were so cool to chat with and vibe. Like I actually see us hanging again and more. For some reason, none of the jury is leaning towards voting you over the other three. I worry, much like reputation, people are like, what the fuck is this? And don't like it, don't think it's a bop. But now it's clearly a bop. So that is his for you, Robin. And then Juan, red, because to be honest, full of good times in life. And I really enjoyed playing this game from you. I feel like everyone knew you were trouble when you walked in, but you were good trouble, good listener, good game, good person. You deflected everything that came your way masterfully. You knew it all too well. So that is from John. So thank you, John, for all the words to the finalists. And up next, Mr. Thomas.
Hello, finalists. I wrote what I was going to say on a piece of paper. So if you see me looking over to the side, it's the lawyer in me to write things on a legal pad. So I know that each of you had a path and strategy to get to the end. And I know that each of you thought about your chances of winning and the arguments and positions you were going to take tonight, whether that be in your intro or answers to our questions. Part of this, I hope, is counting your votes you think you have to win this game. So this is kind of a two-part question, and I want to start with Robin, then Juan, then Maddie, and Mona Lisa. What I want to know is, do you think you can win? And whose votes do you think you had coming in and believe you can earn after your performance tonight?
Well, it's clear after John that no one's really leaning towards me, which I get it. I played more in the background. I'm not going to be in everyone's face. I'm sorry. Can you repeat your questions?
Yeah, no worries. I want to know, do you think you can win? And then the second part is, what votes did you think you had coming in tonight, and who do you believe you can earn after your performance tonight?
Yeah. Do I think I could win? Well, obviously after John said that, I don't know. I think I can persuade you guys to win if you guys can respect a really good social game, a person that works more under the radar. But again, that's not a more respectable kind of game. And I get that people like the players that are more upfront, that are like winning challenges. But again, I'm a social player. I knew that coming in here. I knew I wasn't going to be the comp beast. I knew I had to build my relationship with people, and that's what got me here. And of course, I'm willing to elaborate more in whatever questions you guys ask. Coming in to this, my vote, the only person I think I would have a lock on is John. Yeah, but that's the only one I could think of. So,
okay. How about you, Juan?
Thank you for that question, Thomas. Hell yeah, I think I can win. This whole game, I've always been like confident, and like I knew that coming in here, I wanted to take the confident route and just believe in myself because I think I played a kick-ass game the whole time. And the people I think that I had votes coming in, I'm like, I don't know, Sheed, Sam, Brandon, maybe Rachel, because the first conversation me and Rachel had, we were always straightforward and honest with each other. And I just know that I hope that she values that. And Julia and John, just because I played this game with John and he was I kind of told him things that were going to happen and how it would have played out, and if things happen, and it kind of went that way. And I don't know. I just think that hopefully I can earn everyone's vote. I know that's a lot to ask, but again, I'm coming in confident, and I think if you guys are willing to hear me out and hear what I did and realize that everything that I did was for a reason, and I didn't do anything for nothing, that I can get all of you guys' votes and that you would appreciate the kind of game that I played.
Okay, and Maddie?
Hello. Hard to say coming in. I don't know if anyone would have like a full locked on vote. I think the best chance I have is probably Rachel, just because we did work so close together. I know Rachel's game very well, and Rachel knows my game very well. We were kind of a dynamic duo-esque in this game, and we bounced ideas off of each other all the time and always tried to push our games forward together. So I think she is my best chance coming in. I think votes that I could get are people that I talked to more about strategy, really worked with, and really wanted to go far and forward in this game. I feel like that would have been Julia, queen of getting rocked out. I would say Sam and I had some really good talks and really tried to get our game on the same path. And I hope game recognizes game there and can respect that move that I made in that time. And I would say the same goes for Thomas, Marcelo, and maybe Brandon, just people that I did talk with more and work more with in the merge phase of this game.
Okay, and Mona Lisa?
I love you, Thomas, first of all, like, period. Not only do I feel like I can win, I truly, not to take anything from anyone, I feel like I deserve to win. And the reason why I feel like I deserve to win is because I played, out of the three comparatively, the most strategic, social, and I guess you could say I wasn't good in challenges, but when it came to the group challenges, I know that I'm not good at the actual challenge, but I know how to lead a team to victory, and I know how to boost morale, pick out people's strengths and weaknesses, and put people where they need to be. So as far as being a natural born leader and being able to lead a team to success, I feel like I had a huge part in that, as far as being like, as well as being a team, like a diehard team player for whatever team I was on. Also, I didn't have many outside relationships coming into this game. The only relationship I had was with Robin, and it was actually a negative relationship. We actually had to, like, you know, discuss and get through that. And it was still, even after we did that, it was still questionable. So I feel like I was at a disadvantage at that, and I still managed to work that angle to my advantage in the end because we're both still here. And as far as the question is, the root of the question, which is the votes that I think coming in, I would think I would have. I would think that I would have your vote, Thomas, because I feel like our connection was genuine. I feel like we had to go through ups and downs, but those ups and downs made our relationship stronger. And in the end, I did prove my loyalty to you, and you did as well. As far as and I would say maybe possibly Sam, because I feel like I never did anything negatively towards Sam. Our relationship was genuine. I feel like our talks were genuine. I feel like Sam is someone in real life that I would actually hang out with and like be in my inner circle, and I don't let a lot of people in my inner circle. And then the ones that I could possibly convince would be Julia, Brandon, and Marcelo. Marcelo, because even though at the end of the day, Marcelo, you were technically my number one in this game at the end of the day. And I know it went haywire numerous times or whatever, but I still did consider you my number one up until the rock thing. And that's another thing. I went to rocks twice in this game, which, like, Mona was on the wheel twice in this game. So that, like, you could win 35. This isn't like win the most challenges. This is called Survivor and survive the situation. So yes, that's great that you won millions of challenges, but I persevered numerous situations where the odds were stacked against me. But that's what I know. So I would hope that I would convince Brandon, Julia, and Marcelo to vote for me, because comparatively looking to the other three finalists, I have played the most well-rounded game, in my opinion.
Thank you all for answering my question. I'm just gonna hype you up, Mona Lisa. I have been playing with you since literally day one. Calls every single night that would go for hours on end. I've seen your strategic mind. I know how you play this game. You've earned my vote tonight. Don't fuck it up, because I'm not completely 100% on board with you, but you have my vote tonight for as of now. Maddie, as always, like such a great social strategic player. You kill it every time. I voted for you to win before, so you're gonna have to really, 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 really earn it if you really, really want it this time. Juan, thank you so much for being like a fun rival to have in this game. You are somebody that I came in thinking about voting for as well. I think that although we were frenemies, you took the, all the opportunities that you had with me and turned them into something positive. So while I was gunning for you in the game, I never had like an ill will against you because we would literally get on call and laugh at the fact that we were at each other's throats every single round. And that to me, like went beyond just the game. It was like, that's the game level. Beyond that, you and I are cool and friends, in life. Robin, again, I'm going to say, I wish I got to know you more. I think that's like a disadvantage in both of our games. I'm not just going to make this one-sided and say like, why didn't you reach out? Why didn't you connect with me? Because I could have easily and equally done the same thing. So I'm not holding that against you. I just don't really have an insight into how you played. So I'm like more than willing to listen to you tonight, really understand the kind of gameplay you have. And so, like I said, my vote is for Mona Lisa as of now. So the three of you are going to have to convince me because I've just seen Mona Lisa's game like here compared to the three of you. So that's why I'll be voting for Mona Lisa unless you convince me otherwise. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Thomas. So Tim had to step away, but I know Sheed's here now. So in Tim's place, Sheed, I will let you ask any questions you have or statements.
Let me get my thought together. First, I want to say congratulations, Final Four. I always said that I want the season to be represented by the person that well represents each and every one of us, like a really decent winner. So for the four of you to be in final tribal council in the Final Four, it means, hats off to you. I only have two questions. My first question is, if you was on jury and out of the other three that's in your place currently, who would you vote for and who would you vote for each one of you?
I'll go first. Hi, Sheed, by the way. I can't wait till you watch the Rites of Passage because I gave you a little shout out in there. But aside from that, I would, the question is, if I was not on the jury and it was a final three, who would I vote for?
Yes.
If it was a final three, I would, based on the person that I am and the game that I play and the game styles that I respect, I would vote for Juan. And my reason for that is because I feel like Juan played similar game to myself. He played his own game. He wasn't a GOAT. He wasn't, he didn't have to rely on his, winning immunities or getting immunity idol, which I'm not discrediting you that either, Maddie. Like I'm just like, girl, we're at the final. I gotta say what I gotta say. But I feel like Juan played the second most well-rounded game next to me. So I would say I would vote for Juan because he's articulate, he knows how to talk, he's sharp, he's intuitive, he knows how to not give too much information and but also give information. He knows how to read people. Overall, I think Juan is a well-rounded player. And of the three, I would personally vote for Juan.
And who wouldn't you vote for?
I would 150 million% not vote for Robin. And this is nothing against you, Robin. I just feel like you do contradict yourself and the game, you say you're an emotional player, but I get no emotion. So that's just me. Maybe other people got that from you. I feel like you give me the vibe of that's why I couldn't fully ever get on board with you 100% is because I was I wanted to, but I get game body vibes. I don't know if you give that off, but that's what I picked up. So for me, it was I could never fully attach my wagon to your train. So I'd love you as a sister. We've already talked about this, but the answer to my question would be, I wouldn't vote for Robin.
I'm gonna ask you my second question while I still can. So if you was on jury right now, who from jury would you have replaced you and who would you give your vote for if that person went from jury was in your place and you would vote for that person?
Who deserves to be here or who do I think deserves to be here or who would I just replace?
Who if you was pretty much on jury and you replaced and somebody from jury was in your spot, basically, who was that person that you would give your vote to off jury?
I think it goes without saying, and I'm not just saying this because I'm close with him, but obviously Thomas played the best game in the room. Like, let's be real. Like, that's why everyone was gunning for you, because you were on top of your P's and Q's and you had a story, you played an idol, you knew when to play the idol, you played the card, you had me protecting you, like you were overall, I feel like if there's a player of the season award, it would go to Thomas. So I would say Thomas.
Thank you, Mona Lisa. Maddie, Juan, Robin, you want to?
I could go next. So I just want to say that I am an emotional player, just to rebut a little to Mona. I am an emotional player. And the way that I came off in this game, cold, yes, because I know I can get emotional. And that's why, like Thomas is saying, I didn't really talk to you that much because I knew eventually I would have to target you, and I would rather not deal with any emotions in this game. A lot of people cut people and with boohoo crying. I didn't want to be that person. I came into this game and wanted to be that emotionless person. Yes, did I get emotionally attached to certain people? Mona, I would say you're one of those people I got emotionally attached to. Maddie was one of those people that I got emotionally attached to. But like certain people, yes, maybe my social game could have gotten a little better by trying to kiss everyone's ass or telling people what they want to hear, but that's just not my game. If I feel like I'm gonna target you at a certain point, and I feel like that's why Brandon came at me so hard too this past week, because I dropped the ball there at the end, not social interacting, because I'm like, well, eventually I have to cut these people, and I just want to say that first and foremost. The person I think I would vote for if I was in the jury is Juan. Juan, as he is a well-rounded player, he knows how to speak. I know how Juan plays. I've seen Juan play many, many games. I've hosted Juan. So I knew Juan was a big threat. I wasn't threatened by that. So like Juan, to me being here, I really admire him being at the final four representing this season. The person I would say I wouldn't vote for, oh, sorry, yeah, I would have to probably go with Maddie, just because, yeah, you won a lot of challenges and you had your idol and that's all cute, but but that's pretty much it. And did you want me to answer that other question?
Yes.
Can you repeat it?
It's okay. So if you was on jury, who from jury would you like to see in your spot, and who would you give your vote to from if there was one for the who's on jury? Yeah.
Just not based on any like personal things, just who I would crown if they were here is Julia. Like from the moment I saw her in the game, like, and we made merge, I wanted to work with her, and I knew, I'm like, no offense, but that wheel did me a favor to not having to like have to cut her or anything or like betray her, and we could actually form a friendship. So if Julia was here, I would have voted for her 100%.
Thank you, Robin. Maddie, Juan, where we going to go next?
Do you want to go on or do you want me to go?
You can go.
Okay. So if I was on the jury and I had to vote for somebody, I might be a little biased, and maybe this isn't the best read according to y'all. I would give my vote to Robin. I called this round 2. I said Robin is going to be the best positioned player throughout this entire freaking game. Robin is so likable, so adorable, so personable. And Robin and I have connected in this game almost unlike any other relationship I have made, coming into a game and like meeting a stranger. And Robin really positioned themselves so well to where people overlooked Robin. And I think people realized it too little too late. So I would vote for Robin if I was on the jury, because it's a game that I really respect. And it's a game that I can just not play. The person I would not vote for, oh, it's so tough. I might have to say Mona Lisa, just because I think I know the least about Mona Lisa's game. So maybe that's why. I also agree that I think Juan is a really, really well-rounded player, and I think Juan had to get himself out of some more sticky situations. And I think sometimes, and maybe it's just part of the game, Mona Lisa's game that I don't understand. I think sometimes Mona Lisa can get tunnel vision. When that one vote came from Sheed, Mona Lisa wanted Sheed's head before anything else, and I don't think it was Mona Lisa's best strategic move at the time. But that's for Mona Lisa's decision to make, not mine. So I think sometimes the strategic game isn't always there in my eyes of Mona Lisa's game from an outside perspective. In terms of which juror would be in the finale that I would vote for, is I would choose Marcelo, that without a doubt. Marcelo to me is so good at the strategic social placement of himself within this game. Marcelo had such a good connection with everybody. Marcelo had so much information coming from everybody. And that is what I envy about his game so much, which is why I had to take the shot at him when I did. I knew if Marcelo was sitting here, Marcelo is such a good talker. Marcelo can talk his way into a unanimous vote, no doubt. And he is just so good at making those connections and getting all of that information. And I wanted to get him out so much sooner, and I just couldn't. Like, no one wanted to vote for him. I was scared to even throw his name out there because I knew it would get back to him. And it's just really, really impressive. And Marcelo would have had my vote.
Thank you, Maddie. Juan, your last.
Hello, She. Nice to see you again. I think if I wasn't on this in this final four, the person I would vote for, I'm going to echo Maddie and say Robin, and that's because I don't know. It's just very hard to play the game that Robin did. Like, not even being mentioned, not even being looked at until literally like the end game. That's hard, and I know. Like John said, no one's thinking about voting Robin, but I don't know. I just think that's a very hard position to play, and I respect it because, again, it's not having your name come up as much as I did, and still being able to get through and still do everything that Robin did is like a feat in itself, and I just respect that. And the person that I wouldn't vote for, I would have to say Maddie, and it's not because I don't respect like anything you've done. I do. Winning challenges is hard. Keeping that immunity idol until the end is hard. But it's just that I didn't see a lot of things that you did because you didn't really have to show a lot of cards the whole time. And that's just where I stand. And when it comes to what I want to be on the jury, on the final tribal, if it wasn't for me, that's a hard one because half of me wants to say Thomas because Thomas played a kick-ass game. I was actually like, damn, Thomas is really set up so well. Like, I can't let that continue. Like, that was my thought. And Thomas, I don't know, you're just a mastermind. Everything you said, you had reason behind every single word that came out of your mouth, every reaction, every eyebrow arch, like everything you did, it was for a reason. And I picked up on that from the second we got on call. And I have to echo the same thing about Brandon. Brandon was like my other half of my brain in this game. And Brandon also is a mastermind that knew everything that they said. I can't talk. Everything that they said had a reason, and Brendan had control over his game the whole entire season, and it was just amazing. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on that.
Thank you all. Good luck, Final Four.
Can I just say something super quick?
Yes. I don't care.
I just wanted to we're still playing the game. This is tooth and nail, so I'm not going to just leave anything left unsaid. The reason why I voted Sheed was because Sheed was the only person out of the 24 contestants besides Thomas, who I was working with, that pinpointed my game and knew, after talking with you, Sheed, I knew you were onto me, and I knew you had to go because if you did not go, I would not be sitting here right now. So that was a strategic move on my end to strategically remove the person who was going to expose my game to the rest of the contestants. And I fought tooth and nail to get Sheed to be the one to go on. And I continued to fight tooth and nail. And in case I was on mute when I listed the numerous reasons why I played strategically, I can reiterate them for you, as far as like going to rocks twice when there was only one other person, persevering the numerous tribal councils that I was at, all my alliances were wiped out. I mean, I can go on, but I just wanted to make sure they were reiterated in case you didn't catch them the first time I said it.
I respect that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sheed. Much appreciated. Kicking it over to our other lovely Purple Rock drawer, Brandon.
Hi, everyone. I fully had like a question that I was gonna ask, and I don't care anymore. So I'm gonna ask like what I want to ask. It's gonna be more specific for each person, so bear with me as I try to figure out my own thoughts here. First of all, Juan, I love you. You are family, like, period, end of story. I know your game inside and out. There's not much convincing you have to do for me. This is really more so directed at the other three finalists. Like, my vote is potentially open still, but I need convincing. And I know I'm a tough crowd, but bear with me. First of all, I want to address Robin. Robin, I think you played an absolutely stellar game that has gone completely underappreciated by the jury. And I want you to know that I see that, and I recognize that, and that's part of the reason why I decided to throw my vote onto that last round. I think you were so incredibly well connected amongst the cast, and I think that despite your efforts to be more emotionless, you still showed a lot of character and like warmth and kindness where you could. And I think that probably carried you further than people had anticipated. So, is there anything specifically that you felt like you contributed to this season in terms of strategic value, took agency over your game and said, I made that happen?
Yeah, I don't want to talk a lot because I feel like I could drag on and just say everything. But I will just say, coming into this game, I know the perception, like I know my strengths. You know, I think coming into these games, you need to know what's your strength, what's your weaknesses. Of course, I'm going to try my best in these challenges. I think I even surprised myself in some of the earlier challenges. Unfortunately, I didn't have to go any uphill battles because original Zafiro, we slayed it. We did not have to go to any challenges at all. And then when we swapped, of course, I was lucky in the swap to have two other people there that were in my original tribe. So again, I felt very safe. Of course, they could turn on me in any moment. I used that opportunity to really form a narrative around myself. When I talked to people like Marcelo, John, Izzy that were on this new tribe, I always made it seem like Maddie and Rachel were a duo, and I was always at the bottom of our trio. And when I did that, that put me in a great position in that swap tribe, because when we did eventually go to tribal, they were looking at Robin to be that swing vote when it was between Marcelo and Izzy. And I could have voted either way. Again, I felt more connected with Marcelo in that moment. And also there was this rival of like, oh, we got to get out Perlas. So that's why I eventually voted Izzy. And of course, she was also spreading my name as like the decoy, which I was like, if you're going to want to work with me, you can't be spreading my name. So that's why I eventually voted out Izzy. So that to me was a strategic move. Then we get into the merge. Of course, I'm safe at the first tribal. I used that because I've had a power since round one that I had to activate by not voting. This is the only time I was 100% safe in the game. So this is when I was going to activate this power. This power would eventually grow. It was an extra vote, then it became a stealer vote. Then it would eventually be safety, and then it will eventually be an idol in this game. So I wanted to activate it to keep that to eventually use to make a move or for my benefit to save me. So with the safety, I use with being safe at the first tribal, I used that to my benefit to not just sit there, even though I didn't have a vote. I made sure I was pushing the target that I want. I was telling people that I wanted John, which showed the people on the other side who might not know my game or anything that I was willing and open to work with anyone. And by voting John, I'm showing you that I am willing to work with you. Of course, I wasn't going to vote John because I didn't have a vote, or I wasn't going to vote. So eventually, I think, you know, with me being not having a vote really stirred up that tribal, and of course, eventually made that wheel happen because it made the votes tie and then making Julia go out. Sorry, Julia. But I would like to say, you know, that really propelled my game, because the next round I did want to work with people like she that were on the bottom. I wanted to work with John, who was on the bottom, because I noticed, you know, I needed big targets, but I also needed people that we could target on the bottom. So sorry, I'm just rambling. I'm just saying everything because I guess that's what people need to know. So that it really fucked up my plan. Thomas really fucked up my plan when he used that tower card, and I think that showed my cards a little bit, because at that moment, a lot of people I was working with, like Mona Lisa, and at the time I was trying to work with like Thomas, that wanted to get Juan out, but I didn't want Juan out. Wait, I'm on the wrong thing. What am I on? I'm so sorry. What can somebody?
You're talking about the tower
The
card.
tower.
The tower, yes. Okay, sorry. So yes, everybody wanted to target Juan, and I didn't want Juan to go. I was expecting, my expectation of that whole tower thing was saving Juan, and I thought Juan was gonna like save Sheed, and we were gonna like have a move happen where it was like Brandon and Marcelo in the bottom, but also that also showed me that Juan and Brandon was a tighter duo than I imagined, and it also ineffectively made I don't know if you felt that way, but you told me that and I believed it. You ineffectively told me that's the reason you wanted to work with me more. And of course, at that time, because I knew there was this whole, going into the next tribe, I knew that we wanted to get either Juan or Thomas. I knew now that I can't work with like Sam as close as I thought I could. So I was going to work now with Juan and Brandon and still have the other side of Rachel and Maddie. Fortunately for me, at the next tribal, we'd go into the split tribal, and you know, luckily I picked the people that I picked. Of course, I felt very strong with Brandon at the time. I felt strong with Maddie. I felt like we were gonna target Sam in this moment. I knew Sam had an extra vote because she told me she had an extra vote. So my plan was that I had my steal a vote, and I didn't want to use it because I know it eventually turned to idle, which would have been really beneficial to have in this game. But I feel that was a move in my game I had to do. I don't know how true it is. I eventually found out Sam had another extra vote, which I guess she didn't play. So when I sold her vote, even if she had the extra vote, or used both, I would have been safe, because I think in the tie, I would expect you guys to not vote me out over Sam, because you guys would have saw Sam as a threat more than me, which I would like to take a lot of credit for, because even pre-merge, I sold Sam up the creek of like always like being a big threat and always putting big threats in front of me as shields to if I could eventually take them out, that would be the case. And I'll always have numbers because they would always look stronger than me, always look like the bigger threat when it came to me. So that was my way of hiding that. So it worked out for me in that tribal of getting Sam out. And then of course in that same night when we were voting Thomas and John out, I would say this is a move I will credit like Maddie for, you know, really getting in my head and telling me like, hey, we need Thomas in this game, because John was becoming in the position, and is the same for like Sheed or like Tim. There, you all were getting into like the bottom position, which I always wanted to be. I always wanted to make it seem like I was always on the bottom. So my thing with like taking out a John puts me in that position, so that way people will use me more than they could use like a John or anything. Whatever moves they need, they have someone that's on the bottom or perceived to be on the bottom to use on their side, to use however they need to have a number. So that's why John was the move there. And that's why we're like, oh, Thomas, we could take out Thomas at another time because he's always a bigger perceived threat. And yeah, the next round was just like very much straightforward. We did Thomas. Sorry, I have to look a little bit at my notes here. Yeah, Thomas, and then the same thing with the Tim vote. Of course, I wanted to save Juan. Tim again was also in that position that I wanted to be in, always going to be in the bottom, always going to be that person that's looked at as the GOAT. the person people want to take with them to the Final Four, but I wanted to put myself in that position. So when it was time to decide, people are like, well, we don't feel as Robin played the best game, or we perceive Robin as this type of player or not doing much, so we're gonna just take Robin. So that's what I did in this game. Brandon, I will say, out of everyone, you're probably the part of my game that I did not see at all coming, in terms of like, I wanted you in this Final Four with us. Like, that's how much of a bond I had with you, I thought. And you know, I'm glad the rocks went up like they did and you got out. Because you were a big threat as well, but you were very likable and I wanted to sit here with you. And Marcelo.
I'm so sorry, Robin, but we need to move on.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that was just my last thing. Marcelo, same thing.
Thank you. And sorry, Brandon, that is your full time for you. So we're gonna move on to our last juror. It is going to be none other than Marcelo Guzman, the actor.
Oh, God, Drew. Well, Final Four. It has been, let's see, I got voted out at 4:18 in the morning, so it hasn't been 24 hours since I've been voted out. So the wounds are fresh. I will hand you all back the knives that you used to stab me in the back. So here you go. Juan, you're good because you didn't stab me in the back. We voted each other, you know. Okay, so I asked y'all, I hope Brad told y'all to get a piece of paper, a pen and paper for this next part. You're gonna have 10 seconds. You are going to write the name of the person you would vote out if you were in the Final Four. There's no immunity, it's just one of the four. Please write down the name of the person you would vote out in this Final Four. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reveal. Hold on. Actually, we're gonna do it publicly. So Juan, who did you vote for? Oh, you're on mute, Juan.
Okay, I wrote Maddie. Just
Great.
because I didn't see Maddie's game much. Okay.
Oh no, sorry. We don't need explanation. I just need, and then Maddie.
Mona Lisa.
And then Mona Lisa.
Maddie as well.
And then Robin.
Juan.
So by a vote of 2-1-1, Maddie, you have been the fourth place person. Maddie, I need you to drag someone and make the final two.
Ooh. Oh gosh, so tough. Again, from my perspective and what I played, I feel like Juan and Robin would deserve my vote more, so I would drag Mona Lisa.
And then Mona Lisa dragged the final person, and that's considered the winner. This is an experiment I'm doing. So you would drag someone.
Based off of this tribal, this meeting and
The
like
entire
and
game.
everything. Right. So I would drag Robin.
All right. So at this point, Juan has my vote, but that can change. So my question for y'all is, Maddie, I'm going to start with you. I was walking into this final tribal council about to read you like Mother Teresa read her children, but I understand why you did it now, and because it did hurt. Because you know that when we were in New Ametista, I told you that like even before we knew a Final Four was happening, like my end game involved you. So you voting me out like at the time hurt, but now I'm like, okay, I understand it. So my thing for you, Maddie, is since you and Robin were both in OG, you and Robin have played this game together since day one. Whether admitting or denying, you have been in the same tribe since day one. So this is kind of a two-part question, one for you, Maddie, and one for you, Robin. What, besides being immune and safe, because you were immune and safe a lot, and let's be transparent about that. When was a time where you felt the most vulnerable, and you don't do final six because you then played an idol? So like the times that you felt that you were vulnerable, how did you survive that? Because you basically went to like 2 votes, basically being vulnerable.
Yeah, I was on an airplane ready to get 8th place. I thought 8th place had my name written all over it. And that's when y'all should have taken your shot, if I'm being totally honest. You all knew I was such a physical threat. After touchy subjects, I was voted in the best position to win this game. Since then, I was vulnerable, I think, twice, and I was highly suspected of having an idol, which people could have pieced together was expiring when I needed to play it. So if you all put the pieces together, you should have gotten me at 8th. And I thought for sure I'm either playing for 8th or I'm gonna make the end because I feel like I could win out. And that is when I felt the most vulnerable. I took such a gamble not playing the idol at 8th and just hoping to win out since then. And I figured if I didn't do it, I was setting myself up for the long game. And I hope that big risk is a big reward here.
Thank you. Robin, my next question is to you. I have the utmost love and respect for you, and I don't really know why John would say that no one is voting for you because I've been having an open mind this entire jury. So please, don't think that. John does not speak for me. My question for you is two things. One, in this game, the perception of the jury is that you leaked a lot of things. Like everything that was said to you was then leaked to another person. For instance, when I told you I wanted Tim out, Tim immediately messages me saying, Robin said you threw my name out. And I immediately went to you and I said, did you do that? And you said no. So I get that. I get that entire thing. And then into other things that I would talk to you and then I immediately would hear it immediately from other people. So what was one thing that someone told you that you kept to yourself and used it to your advantage and didn't leak it to anyone else?
Ooh, that is, well, the only thing I could say, because I did leak a lot of information, I will admit that. Of course, purposely, I even leaked a lot of information about myself because I wanted certain people to think of me with certain people at a certain type of way. One of the things I will say I kept, but I found out literally beforehand is Juan's idol. Juan told me he had an idol before the vote, so I knew Juan was still gonna be safe regardless. Even though I don't think anybody really voted Juan that round that he played his idol. But I had that, and even though I was working really close with Mona, and Mona kept telling me, oh, do you know if Juan has an idol? Do you know if Juan has an idol? I kept that to myself because I feel like certain information that, I feel like that wasn't my place to tell his idol that he had an idol. So that was one. But again, in this game, I did not keep a lot of information to myself. That was part of my game to leak a lot of information and sow a lot of perceptions about people.
And then I'm going to ask my questions to Mona Lisa last, but Juan, I just want clarity on who your true number one in this game it was, because of the fact that I will say, I heard that your number one was Brandon. I heard your number one was She. I heard your number one was Sam. I heard your number one was Robin. I heard that you had a lot of number ones. I would like you to rank all of your number ones in a top 5 from 1 as the most person that you trusted as a number one to number 5 who you said it was a number one. But that was I need the honesty of where these people were ranked in a tier.
Okay. Start off, I want to be honest. My whole point of coming to this game, I wanted people to feel good about me so they wouldn't want to get rid of me at any point. I never specifically said someone was my number one. It was just that I always felt good about these people and wanted to go far with them. But if I had to rank all my perceived number ones, I would say number 1 was Brandon. Brandon knew everything. We talked about everything for hours a day. And then after that, it really gets tricky because I had dynamic relationships with everybody in this game. I feel like I presented myself to all 24 or the 24 of the people that I met in a way that showed them that I want to work with you. Let's do something. Let's make an opportunity to not just sit here and be like, hey, how's your day? And actually talk a little bit of game. But if I had to 100% rank them, I would say Brandon, Sheed, Robin, Sam, and who was the other one?
I don't even know. That's okay. You can just do 4. I think I said 5, thinking that someone else was your number 1, but whatever. That's perfectly fine. Thank you. I just needed the honesty and I needed to hear because the perception is that like you were an overall good player with everyone, but like you keep like an ally to all is an ally to none. So I just wanted to put that out there. But hey, respect. One other thing before I go into my last, Maddie, I know that a lot of shit like has happened in your life and like I respect it. I do wish that you could have let me know, like at like a final 6 or final 5, you knew I had nothing. I don't have a card, I don't have an idol. So I wish there was just like the respect of like, hey, I think it's time for us to part ways. I would have understood it and respect it. It hurt a little bit, but I don't want to put that into I still love you. You're amazing. And my sister.
Love you.
Mona Lisa. All right. So
I'm scared.
you're good. I want to say first off, I love you so much. Thank you for everything in this game. This is all game related stuff because outside, I adore you as a person. Number 1 is you wrote my name down twice in this game at final 13 and at final 5. You did go to rocks for me, so I will give that as a plus. And then I can count on my hands 5 times in this game that I felt like I was disposable to you or I was someone that was not part of the plan. I can count final 12, which is the tower, which you explained to me and I understood it, but I still felt some type of way because I felt like I wasn't in the know and I was in the bottom 3. And hearing now that like there might have been a plan to get me into the bottom 2 and probably vote it out, I have a way of feeling that. Then the final 10, when you played your sun card, that I had heard that you had only told a couple people and I didn't know about the sun card. So I was completely
It was the
blank.
High Priestess.
Sorry, the High Priestess. Cards. But anyway, High Priestess, I heard that some people knew about it and I didn't. And then the final 8, when you threw the vote on Robin, and then I'm trying to think, final 7, when you thought that I was going to throw a switcheroo on you and I didn't. I told you what I was going to do and I did it. And then at the final 5, when you voted me. Again, I understand I was getting voted out anyways. I just wish I could have left with knowing that the person I've been playing this game with since day 1, who had constantly said had my back, would have had my back. And then the other thing was yesterday before live night when you're like, please don't screw me over. And I literally looked at you and I said, I will not screw you over. And then I said, please don't screw me over. And then you said, I'm not, like, I got you, to then vote me out at 5. And then hearing in the opening speeches that you had something like a tight 3 that surprisingly I like thought I knew about, but I didn't know how extreme it was you, Robin, and Juan. So I will say, but my question to you is, out of all that stuff that has been happening in this game that I have felt like my kindness was a little bit used as a weakness, why should I be giving my vote to you tonight? And I want you to explain whatever you need to explain in this entire game. This is not just to me, but this is to everyone. I want to know why Mona Lisa should win this game.
Okay, I'm going to answer this in 2 parts. I'm going to answer the first part was about the throwing of the votes, which I did mention lightly in my speech. The throwing of the votes I thought was to keep myself, like, at the first time I threw my name, I got to see the vote, so I knew you weren't going home. I knew if I threw my vote on you going into the merge, people would see us as a threat or as a duo. So I was like, and also I wanted to know if John and Sheed were safe, then I didn't vote for them. So I can go into their DMs and be like, hey, I didn't vote for you. Like, hi, like, let's work together. And that's exactly what I did. And that's exactly what happened. Like, I got John. I talked to you, Sheed. I just didn't feel the reception of that. I still felt like you were coming for me. So I was like, hi, John. Hey, cutie. And I went to John and I was like, hey, like, you know, I got your back. And I did intend on having John's back as much. And I never said I would like go to the end with John, but I was like, I will have your back as much as I possibly can. And I knew I was the first one to strike while the iron was hot with John. So that was all strategy. Like, yes, I could see from your angle, it definitely hurt, but I immediately came to you and was 100% transparent with you on why I threw my vote on John and how it was in my best interest to do that. And I feel like in the end, it was a great move because Rachel was the most, in my eyes, the most powerful player in the game. And also there was the lies that were being spread about you and Rachel being blood sisters to the end and all that. And I was like, okay, I want Rachel gone so me and Marcelo can because of coming into the merge, I feel like, and I just want to say where my head was at. I felt like it was the way you came at me and Thomas, and I don't know if Thomas can agree. It was like, and I don't know if you did it on purpose. I'm just saying this is how I received it. It came in like, hi, I still want to work with you guys, but you have to come with me. So do what I want with these people who you've never met or worked with. And I'm also close with outside the game. So, and I was just, it came off that way. So I was like, I'm not going to completely like part ways with Marcelo, but I'm going to distance myself because I was like, that's just how it came off in the moment. And then when it came to the him vote, I felt like, let's go with the Thomas vote. I felt like I was being blindsided. I did believe you were voting John, but I felt like in my game, it was smart to throw my vote because if they both stayed again, which they did, then they wouldn't be mad at me. And if they ended up moving forward in this game, then I could utilize those two people, which I did. Do you know what I'm saying? So me throwing my vote on Robin also did the same thing as it did with you. It made me and Robin not appear like a duo. So I was just like, and me and Robin were working closely at that point. So I was like, let me throw my vote at Robin. No one's gonna think, you know what I mean? I know Robin will be pissed, but I feel like I can like talk her out of it. So I think one of my strongest assets in this game was my ability to do things to people and still get them to work with me in the end, which I think is stellar gameplay because you could have just wrote me off and came for me. I'm an easy person to be like, oh, let's just do Mona because blah, blah, blah. And everyone, because I have a strong presence, I feel. Okay.
I was just never going to do that, but yes.
No, I'm just not even you, but anyone could do it. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Because I have a strong presence and I'm very articulate and like I'm witty and people pick up on that. So that's why the majority of my game was downplaying my game because I know I would not be sitting here right now if I did not do that because I've done it before. I've been the Sams, I've been the Rachel, I've been the Thomas. And this time I was like, you know what? I'm going to hide behind the Sams and the Thomas and I'm going to stay nestled in there tightly as long as I can and let them create the chaos and I'll be right there. I'll be loyal to them, but I'm not going to be the face of the alliance like I normally am in every game. And then as far as like the second part of your question, what I did specifically, I'm pretty sure, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I was the person that weaseled into Brandon's brain and got him to turn on Robin because I know Robin and Juan were a tight three. And I didn't want to be like, oh, let's vote on Robin, but I just set little seeds of like why Robin should go. And I did the same thing with you because I knew you and Robin were close. And I was like, Robin gave me information and this is what she gave me. Maddie, when Robin, before the double, you were 90, I would say I'm 96% sure you were going to vote out Robin. And if we didn't do the double, and that's just how I felt because I brought it to you and then you came up with the idea. So I let you have that idea. And then John turning on Rachel, I knew John and Rachel were close. I knew he had allegiances to her because he had played with her more than he played with me. But I managed to like weasel my way into his brain and let him know that working with Mona Lisa and moving forward with Mona Lisa was best for his game. Whether it was or it wasn't, it was best for my game. And it did work to my advantage. And so essentially what I'm saying is I drove votes without driving the votes. And I think that speaks to a great Survivor player. And I feel like from the beginning of this game, even when we were on four separate tribes, my finger was on the pulse of the game. I knew where the cards were. I knew where the alliances were. I knew who had the idols. Robin, I never asked you if Juan had an idol. I told you I knew Juan had an idol. I felt it in my gut because that was my instincts. So maybe you misinterpret that, but like I knew Juan had an idol.
Wrap it up here soon,
Okay.
Mona Lisa.
Okay, I'm done. I knew Juan had an idol. I knew either Rachel or Maddie had the idol, which is why I played my card when I did and successfully took, in my opinion, the most powerful player out of the game. And I think that was that blew up the game and made everyone scramble and do different things that they weren't necessarily going to do. Yep. So that's why I feel like I should win.
I just have one more thing to say quickly.
Of course, Marcelo, of course.
Hearing your opening speech and hearing what you think, my perception of what I thought was that like when you said in the first part that Tim leaving, you had no one in the game, like that really affected me because you were my person. Like, I know that I went in, like you and me and Thomas from the beginning, me and Thomas even had conversations. We can vote separately, but as long as we don't target each other, that's perfectly fine. And that's exactly what I was trying to do. So hearing that I wasn't your top priority after, like, I clearly was in like a little third or fourth position.
But no,
Like,
I did say that I thought I tarnished the relationship, so I was uneasy about it.
no,
So it
I
wasn't
understand.
that you weren't.
But I just was
Sorry.
saying that like I put myself into like making sure that we were good. And so that's just my perception. But thank you for answering questions.
I love you.
Thank you, Marcelo.
too.
We're gonna quickly circle back around to Brandon because he didn't get an opportunity to ask anybody else anything if he had. So we're gonna give him that opportunity. Brandon, you can unmute.
I'm gonna make it like really quick. I'm actually gonna go back to my original question just to keep it easy. I had randomly put everyone on jury on a wheel. I have already spun it. I already know who's gonna be who. I'm gonna ask each of the finalists to tell me something that they have learned personally about a random jury member of their choice. I want your answers to not be related to game. I want your answers not be related to any of their jobs or what they do for a profession. I want you to try to get your answer as something that you would think would surprise them that you remembered about them. I'm going to go first to Robin. Robin, the person that I spun for you was Tim.
Tim, what do I remember about Tim? Yeah. Tim was definitely somebody I worked with very closely in this game at the beginning. Definitely someone, the thing I learned about Tim is, I don't even know, honestly. I wouldn't, I can't think of it on top of my head.
No worries, thank you. Up next is Maddie. Maddie, your person was Julia.
Unfortunately, Julie and I did not get a ton of time to speak, but maybe one call we had, we were cutting it up from the jump. I knew nothing really about Julia before coming in here. And if Julia and I would have stayed in this game together, I think we could have done a lot of damage. We have the same sense of humor. We thought the exact same way. And I struggled to find that a little bit in this game. Julie and I were just like on the same page from the jump. And that really shocked me. And I hope we get to talk and just be the best of friends after this game because I absolutely adore you.
Well, Mona, your person is Sam Duncan.
Oh, that's easy. What was the question exactly? Just so I answer exactly.
Something that you learned about this person that probably would surprise them that you remembered about them that does not have to do with game or their job.
Sam has a brilliant mind and she's a creative just like myself. So I knew how to connect with how her brain works. Her brain is all over the place. There might be papers and files and all these things scattered all over the place, but she knows exactly where every little piece of information, every little needle in the haystack, she knows where it is. I would consider her a genius. Like, she's a brilliant mind. And I feel like the people who didn't get the opportunity to like have that in their experience for at least 5 minutes, they lost a great opportunity to like gain wisdom, I guess. Yeah, wisdom from an amazing person. So Sam's amazing.
Juan, your person was Marcelo.
Marcelo. Personally, I just thought Marcelo was hilarious as fuck. I know we didn't really talk a whole lot when it came down to it, but I just know every time that we did talk, even if it was me confronting Marcelo about voting me or just having a regular chat, I just really enjoyed that Marcelo was very, open, even though a lot of game things didn't go the same way. But like, I just know Marcelo is like a great person and someone who is always genuine, even if he has to do in the game. So that's one thing I learned about Marcelo, and hopefully after this game we can continue to be friends and build that even more.
Thank you.
All good.
Thank you.
Okay, jury, I know it was a little lopsided. Some people got more questions, whatnot. Does anybody have anything that they just want to quickly ask the finalists? If you are dissatisfied with anything that you've heard, or still need insight, this is just one final opportunity to get that insight in the form of a quick question.
Yes, I just have like, just give me a sentence. What would winning this game mean to you in like a short little blurb? Let's start. I'll go in the order in my screen. Maddie's first.
I feel like to me, it came out of retirement a little bit to play this game to see if I still had it, if I could still hack it, if I could strengthen some really shitty social games I've had in the past, to be honest. And I feel like I was able to do that. I think the win would just really prove that I have blossomed as a player and was able to play a little bit more well-rounded than I have been in the past. And just kind of putting myself in this position to win out and being able to do it and nearly be untouchable in this game, and to get that kind of final crown would be so really kind of validating of the player that I am, and kind of being out there and in the open, and people knew that I was a physical threat and still wouldn't take the shot at me because I am such a social strategic player of placing myself in a spot where I can get other people to go after each other. I did not receive a single vote to go home in this game, and winning it would just be the cherry on top of this experience. And thank you all.
Mona Lisa.
Winning this game, in my life, I always give 150% anything I do. If I work at McDonald's and I'm the fry person, I want to be the best fry person ever on this planet. So I feel like I always give my all to everything that I do, and I always make it far, but I always come up just short. Like I always get to stand kicked in my face at the last second. And I'm just like, even the last two games I played, I made it to the end and lost by 1 vote, lost by 2 votes. Like I learned from my mistakes from those last games. I, not just as an orger, but as a human being, interpersonally, I've taken everything that I've learned and all the people that I met along the way and taken bits and pieces and applied them to my personal life and as an orger. And I feel like this is my definite time to win. If I lose, I'm not going to be a sore loser. It is what it is. But I know that I am the person that represents this season the most as a player, as a human being, and just as a person of color and trans person of color in America today. So winning this game that has no prize will mean everything to me in my personal life, not just my org life.
Robin.
Oh, wow. Winning this game would mean so much to me. I mean, I've been playing these games since 2020. I do not play long games. And when I did play a long org, I did not give a fuck. I didn't put as much effort, but I put a lot of effort into this game. The challenges, I always tried my best. I think I did really well in the team challenges. Unfortunately, I came up short a lot of times in the other merge immunity challenges. What it would mean to me is that showed me that, you know what, Robin, you could actually navigate such a long game. This has been 39 days. I never thought I would make it this far. I knew I positioned myself to be here, but it's still very shocking for me to be here. I think a lot of my gameplay has been downplayed, and I hope tonight the jury really rewards me and really showed that, you know, I was a threat in this game that people did not see coming, and I want to be the representative of this season. And again, going off what Mona said, like whoever wins tonight is just going to be great representation all around. I feel like everybody in the final days of this game has played a really great game. So anybody was rewarding. So whatever happens tonight, you know, I'm grateful.
And Juan.
Winning this game would actually mean so much to me. I started off playing actually minis about a year and a half ago, and at first I would never like always make it to the end. It would just like come short. And then when I started playing these long games like a year ago, joined the Facebook community, the first Survivor game I played, I made it to the finale and didn't get a single vote to win. And you know, I wasn't upset. I was like, okay, so I know what I have to do now. And since then, I've always come short again with fifth place is a lot. That's a curse with me, the fifth place curse. If I don't make it past that, then I just always like give up on myself. But I know coming into this game, I wanted to be in this spot. I wanted to be in this position. I was going to make it past fifth place no matter what. So I set myself up, and I made sure that even like, I was a psychology student in college. So like I used everything that I knew to kind of get here where I am today. And just winning this game would just mean a lot because, again, we've all put in hard work. And even on our days off, I didn't stop playing. I was messaging people. I was trying to figure out what I was doing next. And coming this far and winning would just prove to myself that I actually do have what it takes to make it past that fifth place spot. I actually do have what it takes to be the face of a season, knowing that I put my all into it and that I never gave up at any point, even when there was break days or rest days, or I was tired at 4 a.m. in the morning, building cups with my feet, But I hope you guys respect that and want to honor that and know that I've given my all in this game and the ball is now in your court. And I hope that you guys make the best decision that encapsulates this whole season in general.
Thank you. Congrats, y'all.
Thank
you.
All right, thank you very. Yeah, are we moving on? Are we giving them Are we giving them another opportunity, or are we moving on, Drew?
Yeah, I think we move on to closing statements, and y'all will have like a little bit, 2 minutes, if that, for your closing.
Yeah, just wrap it up quickly for us. You four, you've been through the ringer here at the final Q&A. It is now time to wrap your game up very quickly. We're going to start with Juan.
First, I want to thank production and jury members, everybody that had made this season possible. It was a great experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I came into this game, again, knowing that I had one goal, and that was to sit right here. And I knew I had to do whatever it takes to get there. I made alliances in the beginning that stayed intact throughout the pre-merge. And before then, I didn't receive a vote to go home. I set myself up coming to the merge, hopefully to have an easy route. I even put my game in jeopardy by throwing someone's name out, hoping that it would get back and they would blow it up. And actually being targeted in that position to coming out of that stronger in a position to where I could maneuver through the game and make sure I was right here. I had a relationship with everyone on this jury and everyone in this game that I came in contact with, and I made sure that they would want to have me in their in-game plans. I even got people to vote out all of their closest allies to get me right here where I am today. Mona Lisa voted out all her allies, and I'm still here. Robin voted out all of their allies, and I'm still here. And I just think that just shows that, I'm a good game player, and my name came up so much in the early merge. I knew my position. Felt like I was on borrowed time. So I just made sure that I did something to change the narrative, and I control my own game coming here by making sure even the people that I was going after didn't really want me out. And throwing back to the touchy subjects, you guys voted me that I give myself too much credit. I think I don't give myself enough sometimes, but I really hope that you guys give me all the credit that I deserve and that you should give me and make me the face of iSurvivor 38. Thank y'all.
Thank you very much, Juan. Robin, 2 minutes, final speech.
Okay, 2 minutes. Okay, hello everyone. I just want to say how it's been a great season. I've been appreciative of each and every one of you in this game. It's been a wild freaking ride. I've done things in this game I never thought I would do. I walked outside. I acted like a dog peeing on a tree in public. I was picking up trash on the side. I was throwing milk on myself in the bathtub. But that's how much this game meant to me, like to push myself. Because usually in games, when they bring up all these crazy things, I'm like, I'm out. I'm done. Like, I don't want to put in that much effort. But in this game, I put in the effort. I think I positioned myself very well to where people would not want to target me and that I was in everyone else's end game plan. And I think I did that. I knew coming into this final tribal, it was going to be a hard sell for my game. And it probably still is, because a lot of people have not seen my game. I haven't interacted with many of you to be like, hey, I'm doing this and doing this, because I kept a lot of things to myself because I never wanted to be targeted. And I always wanted to have people in front of me that were looking like they were the puppet masters. I wanted people to be like, oh, Maddie's only stringing along Robin, Rachel's only stringing along Robin. But I always knew there were always bigger threats in front of me. And when it was time to target anyone out of the group, it would never be me. and I managed to maneuver myself into different positions and different relationships in order to get myself here to the end. I think that's one of the things I will applaud for my gameplay. I was able to be very fluid when I needed to be, instead of being like, okay, you know, if people wanted to do like a Maddie or like Marcella, I was always open to the idea. I was never like not going to shut down anything. And I think that's what really helped me get to this point into this point at the Final Four. I cannot stress enough that I was
10
not.
seconds, Robin.
Yeah, I was barely targeted into this game. And if I'm not going to get rewarded for not being targeted, I don't know what to say anymore, because it's like you get targeted, you're out of the game.
All
You
right.
don't get targeted, you don't get rewarded. So that's all I got to say. And I hope you give me the win.
Thank you so much, Robin. We're going to move it on to Maddie Houghton.
I know that I was safe a lot in this game, especially in the pre-merge, but when merge hit, I came in blazing. People wanted to make this big alliance against New Amethysta, and I shut that shit down immediately. I positioned myself to where people did not want to come for me, even when I was vulnerable, which was not too often, and that's why I got 0 votes in this entire game, which is so hard to do. And I was untouchable with an idol in my pocket from Final 7 on. So even if people wanted to take the shot at me, I made sure they didn't have a chance. I won myself here. I got myself here. And I feel like a lot of people didn't want me here, and I still made it on my own, by myself, on my terms. And I hope that you can see the fight and the fire and the passion that I put into this season and building on that social game. And I hope you can respect it enough to give me your vote. This would mean the world to me, and this has been a great season. I loved it. Loved playing with you all, meeting you all, and make the best vote for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maddie. And Mona Lisa, 2 minutes on the clock.
According to Webster's dictionary, the definition of survivor is a person who survives after an event in which others have died. I went to the most tribal councils out of all 4 finalists. I survived all of those tribal councils. I only got, like, yes, Maddie, you didn't get, I got 2 votes and I went to the most tribal councils, and the 2 votes were from the same person who was targeting me, who actually went home. So that's basically no votes in my book, but it was a vote. My game speaks for itself. Yes, I've been vocal this thing because I wanted to make it clear, like, yes, I did downplay myself, but I do think for the people who worked with me, and now after putting the pieces together, my game speaks for itself. I was fearless, I was bold, I was tenacious, I was full of grit, I hung in there, I did what I had to do for myself to get myself in this spot. As far as this tribal council is concerned, I gave specifics. I didn't just say, oh, I was working with this person, I was working with that person. I gave you a bullet point specific things that I did. Going to rock, throwing my vote on people, making people flip on their allies to work with me, not ruining the relationships. I don't think there's anyone on the jury that's super mad at me. Maybe Sheed, I don't know. So as far as like jury management is concerned, I played through and through this game. I feel like I was loyal, I was honest. I may have had to lie when I had to lie, but I owned it in this moment, in this last hour and a half that we played. And I think that I articulated my game the best of the 4. So I feel like the best players should win for the season, despite outside relationships, despite alliances. I feel like the best players should win. And if you really take into account everything that everyone has said,
10 seconds, Mona.
I feel like I deserve to win. If I don't, I'm still a winner in my own head. I have my own crown. But I still feel like I deserve to win. And thank you guys for being a part of this.
Thank you, finalists. Honestly, so fucking competitive. Each of you have your own story. Each of you would be an amazing representative as the face, the winner of iSurvivor Milan. So you all should give yourselves like the biggest round of applause, hug, pat on your back, because you've done what 20 other players set out to do and could not. Jury, thank you for your questions. Thank you for getting in the minds of the finalists. You are also fantastic. Love seeing you come here even after getting your candle blown out. It really means a lot to us. Yeah, love you, mean it. For the last time, we're going to be heading to vote. Jury, you are voting for the winner, the person that you want to see be the sole survivor. You have 4 options. Finalists, your fate was in your hands, and it's now in the cards of the jury. Please vote now, and now we'll go and tally them.
And you will start seeing some pre-jury fill-in as well. So they will be here because reunion is after this. We'll start seeing some pre-jury fill-in as well. So they will
Just 1 more minute, please bear with me. Good evening. I have the votes. We have a winner. Robin, Juan, Maddie, Mona Lisa. You've come as far as you can go. Oh my God, my hair looks so bad. And I just want to say you've done amazing. For the final time here in the bunkers of Milan, I'll read the votes. First vote for the winner, Mona Lisa. Maddie, 1 vote Mona Lisa, 1 vote for Maddie. Juan. Next vote. Robin. We are tied. 1 vote Robin, 1 vote Mona Lisa, 1 vote Maddie, and 1 vote for Juan. Mona Lisa. That's 2 votes Mona Lisa, 1 vote Maddie, 1 vote Robin, 1 vote for Juan. Maddie. We're at 2 votes Maddie, 2 votes Mona Lisa, 1 vote for Robin, and 1 vote for Juan. Mona Lisa. That's 3 votes Mona Lisa, 2 votes Maddie, 1 vote Juan, 1 vote Robin. Next vote. And the winner of iSurvivor 38, Milan, Mona Lisa. Congratulations. Unmute, share your reaction with us.
Period.
Thank you. Sorry. Hold on.
Get back on camera.
Sorry. Thank you guys for seeing. First of all, thank you, Sandy, for seeing something in me and asking me to play this game. This means so much more to me than this game. It really does. I'm not just saying that. Like, I literally have clawed myself out of the depths of hell in real life. So when I play those other games and lost, I'm just like, I'm not good enough. You know what I mean? Like, just my own demons. And I had to conquer my own demons. To just even, I was in retirement. I was like, I'm never playing an org again. The last org just left a bad taste in my mouth. And something about Sandy was just like, you know what? Give it another try. Don't give up. It wouldn't speak to your character to not try again. So I'm so proud of myself because I know that person in me that's a star and that's, everyone thinks I'm this strong, confident person, which I am, but I'm also super insecure and I've been a lost soul for most of my fucking life. And this is just the validation that I needed to see. So thank you guys. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much.
Tonight, Mona Lisa, you are the sole survivor. You join the ranks of 37 other winners. You now wear the crown until the following season. Maddie, amazing job. I don't think I've seen somebody play such a strong fucking game, Maddie. I know you came in out wanting to win challenges, but you just ate them up. You were such a pleasure, such a great runner-up. Thank you for everything, Maddie. Anything you want to say?
I just want to say thank you for making. We've been haunted.
Edna, girl, get the fuck out.
Edna wreaks havoc one last time.
Edna came back to haunt me. I just want to say thank you to production and everyone for making this such a fun game. I had such a blast. As many of those challenges as I didn't want to win to be a physical threat, I just can't freaking help myself. You all made this such a fun time. I had such a blast. And this series in this game really kind of made me fall back in love with the org. As exhausting and tiring as they are. And I think that's a testament to your casting and your game and your professionalism. So thank you.
Thank you, Maddie. And tied, third, fourth place, didn't win, but you're fucking finalists. Again, what 20 other people couldn't do. They wanted that opportunity for tonight, and y'all both came through, got one jury vote, Robin and Juan. Robin, would you like to say anything now that it's all said and done?
Yeah, I'm honestly really proud of my game. As you said, 24 people to make it to the end is nothing to like scoff at, especially in a 30. This game has been way too fucking long. This is why I don't play these. I need to like go back to my mini world after this because this is too much. But honestly, I'm very proud of it. Thank you, Sandy, for inviting me again. I love the production this season, top tier. Whoever's watching, if you have not played, definitely play. I think they put so much effort into these games, and I would not play any like, especially long games. I would not play these unless I really trusted the production team behind it. So I appreciate it so much. And I just want to say shout out to Mona Lisa. Congratulations, Queen. I think me and you worked very well together in this game. You know, we mended our little squabble that we had, and I can't wait to connect with you more outside of this game, just like you and Thomas did. We were on the phone at night just talking, not even about game. We were talking about stuff. Sandy was there crying with us. So I'm so proud of you. I think if anyone needed this win more, it was you, and I'm so happy for you.
I'm gonna miss those nights, Robin. Congratulations. And Juan,
Our podcast.
This has been one hell of a season from the beginning to the end. I loved it. I love Survivor in general, and I was just glad that you guys gave me the chance to play, and I got a chance to meet so many great people and even reconnect with people I haven't seen in a long time. I still take being here as a win. Like, I knew that whoever, even in the final six, I was like, all of these people can win this game and I will be happy. And I am so happy right now with everything that I've done, everything everyone else has done, and just with this product in general. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. And I'm glad this shit is over so I can go to sleep before 3 a.m.
Same. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Congratulations again, Mona Lisa. We are before we get to like a full-on reunion where we could debrief and reveal secrets and all that jazz, we're gonna get to our award show for this reunion. Take it away, Drew.
Oh, thank you. Congrats, Mona. Again,
Thank you.
job well done. Congrats to all the finalists. Y'all killed it. Everyone playing this game, you fucking killed this game. You should be very proud no matter what placement you got. We picked you all for a reason, and you all did not disappoint. This season was amazing, and that's all because of you all. Without you all, we would not have a season. Thank you for making my crazy mind come through with these twists. Some of them may not have been the greatest. Sorry, Thomas. And others were wonderful. So without further ado, let me get my screen up. I will also send the voting chart later on who everyone voted for, what happened, all of that. But I'll read the jury vote just while we're here, just so everyone knows. So the person who voted for Robin was Julia B. The person who voted for Juan was Brandon. The 2 votes for Maddie was Rachel and Sheed, which means Marcelo, Tim, Thomas, Sam D, and who am I? Sorry, I'm missing someone.
John.
And John voted for Mona Lisa. So Mona Lisa won in a vote of 5-2 to 1-1. So let me get this going. I'm excited. It was a lot of work for me, but it's worth it because y'all are worth it. So, okay, I'm going to share my screen. Wish we could see faces, but we never fix Zoom, so it is what it is.
I'm on my. I wonder if it will now because I'm on my computer. We'll see.
What? I don't know.
If you're on your computer, you can drag the picture thing.
How? What do I do? This?
So you see where the thing is?
Can I do it?
You can drag it to see everyone's face.
Yeah, but is it showing? I can't tell.
That's as much as I can help you, girl.
Girl,
No.
it's not working because we've been trying for years and I don't know how to fix it.
Okay, but that worked for me. So like, thank you. Fun fact.
Period.
Okay, but what am I looking at? Sorry, I don't mean I'm just.
It's like in between the everyone's faces and your slide, there's like a little line. There's like two lines next to each other. And if you put your cursor over it, you can like pull their faces out further.
Oh shit! It's like a little slide bar.
Yeah.
I don't have that. What the fuck? Sorry, y'all. Hold on.
I did. I used it, but maybe it's because it's recording my screen. It might
It's not recording. I don't know. But you did it, hopefully. But I'm sharing my screen, so it's not going to show them. But whatever. Sorry, y'all.
YOLO.
It's
Anyway.
all that matters anyways. So okay. So on to the award ceremony. There is a lot, so bear with us. But yeah. So up first is, did it go? The Gone Too Soon Award. So who went too soon? Who production thought? And again, we'll see. So the three nominees are Ray, Sam Yu, and Shemayam. But the winner is, congratulations, Shemayam. You were gone too soon. Wish you could have lasted longer. We love you.
love you, Shemayam.
Love you, Shemayam.
I love you, Samayo.
Up next is the best
By the way,
award.
sorry.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Thanks, Thomas.
Up next is the best pre-juror award. So this is just based on everything we saw, activity, things like that. So the three nominees are Emily, Julia G, and Ray. But the best pre-juror award goes to, congratulations, Ray. You have won the best pre-juror award. Icon.
Literally.
Legend the moment.
Thank you. I love you guys.
You're welcome. The next one is Lie Detector Determines That Is a Lie Award. So who lied? The three nominees are Brandon, Julia B, and Maddie. And the winner is, congratulations, Julia B.
Not Julia.
Have won that. Congratulations. Icon.
Literally.
Up next is the most rootable award. So who was it most on our point to root for, who we were rooting for? The three nominees are Sam D, Thomas, and Tim. The winner is, congratulations, Thomas. You have won this award. Up next is the best moment award. So what was the best moment in the game? The three nominees are Sheed playing the death card, Tim versus Brandon at Tribal, and Julia G playing the Hierophant card. The winner is Sheed playing the death card. That was just nuts.
Iconic.
Nuts. Iconic. Next is the most quotable award. So which of you was the most quotable to us? The three nominees are Juan, Julia B, and Mona Lisa. But the winner is, congratulations, Mona Lisa. You have won that one.
That's the second game in a row I got most quotable, just saying.
One of my favorites. It's about to be World War III up in this bitch, and I'm about that life.
I remember that.
Up next is the Best Move Award. The three nominees are Sheed playing the Lover's card, Juan lying about his bet to Brandon, and Thomas playing his idol. The winner is Thomas playing his idol, because if Thomas did not do that, this whole game would have been completely different. Congratulations on that one, Thomas. Okay. Up next, stuck in the middle. who just couldn't pick a side and who just flip-flopped back and forth, was right in the middle. Our 3 nominees are Marcelo, Maddie, and Robin. But our winner is, congratulations, Robin. You have won Stuck in the Middle Award. Up next, the funniest award. So our 3 nominees are Maddie, Mona Lisa, and Ray. But our winner is, congratulations, Mona Lisa. You have won that award.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Up next, the most robbed pre-juror award. Who was the most robbed?
Ray.
Our 3 nominees, Emily, Izzy, and Sam Yu. And the winner is, congratulations, Sam Yu, on winning that one. Robbed 1 spot short of that merge. The most robbed juror award, Brandon, Julia B, and Rachel. The winner is one of our rock people. Congratulations, Julia B. You were the most robbed juror award. You set in motion the rock draw. Up next is the most potential. So who did we think had the most potential to do something in this game? Our 3 nominees, John, Sean, and Shemayam. The winner is, congratulations, Sean. You had the most potential, but you were gone way, way, way too soon. You could thank Julia G for that one playing her card. Up next is the nicest award. So who is just the most nice all around? John, Sam D, and Tim. But the winner is, congratulations, Sam D. You are the nicest. Up next is the Best Confessionalist Award. So this was your confessionals when you did it with Sandy or you posted your own, things like that. The 3 are Brandon, Julia B, and Sam D. The winner is, congratulations, Julia B. You have won the Best Confessionalist.
I can see that.
Up next is the Best Written Confessionalist Award. So those of you who always just shared your mind with us in the confessionals, walked us through how you were feeling. Juan, Sam D, and Ray. The winner is, congratulations, Juan. You have won the Best Written Confessionalist Award.
Juan, I'm gonna miss your like daily end of the night Juan recaps. I love those.
Same.
I talk so much shit.
Up next is the Pot Stirrer Award. So who just stirred up the pot just to stir it up? Our nominees are Juan, Julia B, and Rachel. The winner is Julia B. Congratulations, Julia B, on that. Up next, the Best Strategic Pre-Juror Award. So who do we think was the strongest strategically in the pre-jury? That's between Emily, Sam Yu, and Sean. But the winner is Sam Yu. Up next, the Best Strategic Juror Award. So who was the most strategic as a juror? Brandon, Sam D, and Thomas. But the winner is, between Brandon and Thomas, that goes to Thomas. Congratulations, Thomas. Up next is the most team spirit. So who fought and bled? Ametista, Perla, Zafiro, Rubino. Our nominees are Izzy, Owen, and Ray. But the winner is Izzy, and it's really what got you voted out because you fought so hard. I want to get back to Perla. I want to get back to Perla. I want to get back to Perla. So that definitely goes to Izzy. Up next is the best rivalry award. That's between Mona Lisa and Robin, Thomas and Juan, and Tim and Brandon. But the winner is Thomas versus Juan. So you had the best rivalry of the season. Up next is the best exit. And that nominees are, Emily, Rachel, and Tim. But this one goes to Tim. Congratulations, Tim. Your call out on your way out was wonderful. Emily, it was very, very close because you were fantastic as well. Don't think it's not. You were fantastic. Don't shake your head. It was a wonderful exit. Up next is the Challenge Thread Award. It should come no surprise who the top three are, but that's Brandon, Juan, and Maddie. But that goes to no other than Maddie. I think Julia B said it, but including your pre-jury and your immunity, I think you won 75% of the challenges this season. So congratulations to you, Maddie. Up next is the Yet to Blossom Award. So who has the potential, but it just wasn't right yet for this game? Our three nominees, Bill, Izzy, and Julia G. Our winner is Julia G. You have the potential there, Julia. You just need to fine tune your stuff and you will kill it. You will kill it. Up next is the Smooth Talker Award. Who just knew how to talk and had people listen? Marcelo, Mona Lisa, and Thomas. But our winner is Thomas. You were able to get yourself out of a lot of situations, and that is what got you this. Up next is the Most Committed Award. You all were very, very committed. We're not taking that away from you, but these are the three people we felt were the most committed to the game. They bled the game, they slept the game, they dreamt the game. And those three people are Robin, Sam D, and Thomas. But our winner goes to Sam D. Congratulations, Sam D. Up next is the Messiest Award. Which of you just were completely a mess throughout this all, and everyone knew it? Our three nominees, Julia B, Mona Lisa, and Tim. But our winner is Mona Lisa as the messiest. Congratulations. Up next is the
I want receipts, but go ahead.
Up next is the Best Blindside Award. So who got the best blindside out there? We were gooped, gagged. That is the three people, Emily, Sean, and Ray. But our winner goes to none other than Emily herself. The best
This
blindside.
would be the one thing I win. The one thing.
I saw as soon as you read the title, and you pointed at yourself like you knew it. Queen.
That's mother.
I'm gonna have a talk with Brandon and Juan. Bet I won't have a talk with them.
Oh, we'll have that for the reunion. Don't you worry, they're ready.
Join the queue, sweetie.
But congratulations, Emily. Up next is the most surprising. So coming into the game, we didn't know what to expect, but we were pleasantly surprised by them. Those are Robin, Sheed, and Tim. That goes to none other than Sheed. Sheed, you blew our expectations. You're a rock star. Congratulations on that. Up next is a silent assassin who was in the shadows, doing all the work, making all the moves, and no one saw it coming. The three nominees are Julia B, Maddie, and Mona Lisa. But our winner goes to Maddie. Congratulations, Maddie, on that one. Up next is All Throughout Anyone's Name, aka the Sandra Award, Anyone But Me. Those belong to Julia B, Mona Lisa, and Thomas. But the winner belongs to Mona Lisa. Congratulations, Mona Lisa. The Most Chaotic Award. Who just was frantic this whole game, just went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Chaotic. The three nominees: Brandon, Julia B, and Mona Lisa. But the winner is Julia B. Congratulations, Julia B, on that one. I don't know why you're doing a shocked face. You should know, and you know why. Up next is the Independent Minded Award. Who had a mind of their own? They didn't care what anybody else thought. They were going to do what they wanted to do, and they stuck to it. That goes to Emily, Marcelo, and Thomas. But that winner is Marcelo. Congratulations, Marcelo. I don't know how many times you did one thing, but you were in the minority 50 bajillion times and you didn't care. Well, you did, but didn't. So congratulations on that one. Up next is the Dominant Performance Award. Who just was a dominant force from start to when they were eliminated or win? Our three nominees: Juan, Maddie, and Sam D. But our winner is Sam D. Congratulations to Sam D. Up next is the Best Poker Face Award. Who was able to, you weren't able to know what they were doing, they made you believe them, and all of this. Those nominees are Brandon, Juan, and Robin. But the winner is Juan. Congratulations to Juan. That poker face is fantastic. Up next, the Best Tribal Council Reactions Award. Who just brought it every tribal council? They gave the reactions. They gave all of that. Our three nominees: Julia B, Robin, and Sheed. But our winner is Robin. All your gifts that were made, gifs, however you're going to pronounce it, that you made of you, iconic. So congratulations to Robin. The Most Underestimated Award. Who was just the most underestimated this whole game, and they fought and fought and fought and fought? Our three nominees: John, Marcelo, and Robin. But our winner goes to John. Congratulations, John. This is your first game ever. You did a fantastic job. You were very underestimated. Congratulations. The Social Butterfly, who just constantly was in everybody's ears, knew how to talk to people, all of that. The three nominees are Marcelo, Maddie, and Mona Lisa. But the winner is Marcelo. Congratulations, Marcelo. Up next is the Best Storyline Award. So what storyline throughout this whole season was one that just was, as a production member, was enthralling to see from start to its conclusion? The three nominees are Down with Zafiro. So everyone wanting to target Zafiro.
Bunch of haters.
Edna's Choice. Edna always picking people or not picking people. Marcelo and Maddie would know this. And then the last one is Thomas's Entire Game. So the winner is Thomas's Entire Game. From the moment he got the devil, to not being able to vote for 3 rounds, to getting an idol, to swapping on a swap team, to surviving that, building his resume, to then making it to the merge, still being a target, playing the tower card, winning when he needed to, connecting when he needed to. Thomas's entire game was the best storyline of the season. Okay, up next is the most lovable award. Our three nominees are Ray, Sam D, and Shemayim. But the winner is Sam D. Congratulations, Sam D. Up next is the most enthusiastic. Who is just the most enthusiastic throughout their entire experience here? Julia B, Julia G, and Ray. But that belongs to none other than Ray. From the moment she was gone to literally right before she jumped on this call, she was constantly in her confessional, talking about the game, giving her thoughts, everything. So thank you so much, Ray. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Up next is the biggest wild card. We had no idea about this person. We didn't know what they were going to do, how they're going to play. But the three people are John, Robin, and Sheed. But the winner goes to John. So congratulations to John. Up next is the leadership award. Who was a strong leader? Everyone went behind what they wanted. It was a strong performance. The three nominees, Julia G, Rachel, and Sam D. But our winner is none other than Queen Rachel. You were the leader of this game. Everyone looked up to you, and it's the reason why you were taken out. So congratulations. Up next is the Best Duo Award. So who is just the best duo to watch this season? Our three nominees are Brandon and Juan, Julia B and Sam U, and Sam D and Thomas. But the winners are Brandon and Juan. You were a dominant duo. We loved watching y'all talk, your calls, your mind, everything y'all had. So congratulations to the two of you. Up next is the Best Alliance Award. So which alliance was the best one this game? The three nominees are the BJs, which is Brandon, Juan, and Sam D. The Flaming Hot Fritos, which is John, Julia B, and Sam U. And the New Perla 4, which was Julia B, Mona Lisa, Sam D, and Thomas. This one goes to the New Perla 4 of Julia B, Mona Lisa, Sam D, and Thomas. Congratulations. Behind the Scenes Shit Talker Award. So who couldn't help but run their mouth in their confessionals and talk shit every moment they could? The three nominees are Brandon, Rachel, and Ray. But the winner is, you three, your reactions, is Brandon. Congratulations, Brandon. Definitely a different feeling from gamers.
Yeah, and I've definitely gotten this award before too, so we're sharing it.
Congratulations, Brandon. Don't worry, we don't leak confessionals, so it's safe for you. Up next is the Triple Threat Award. Who was socially dominant, strategically dominant, physically dominant, who had the entire package? The three nominees are Brandon, Maddie, and Thomas. But the winner is Maddie. Congratulations, Maddie. Up next, yes, we did a poll. The Viewers Lounge's favorite. There was four people got the top votes. Those four people are John, Juan, Julia B, and Sheed. But our winner is, congratulations, Sheed. You are the Viewers Lounge favorite. Congratulations. I don't know why your mind's blown, but they loved you. They ate you up. Congratulations. Okay, we're getting into the juicy awards, but the biggest hero award. So who just was the heroic player this season? Our 3 nominees are John, Sam D, and Tim. But our winner is Tim. Congratulations, Tim, as the most heroic of this season. Up next, the biggest villain award. Our 3 nominees are, and I see your head shaking because you're going to be up here first, Brandon, Juan, and Rachel. But the biggest villain goes to Brandon. Congratulations, Brandon. I think Sandy got that one too. So you share stuff with Sandy there as well.
Every season needs a villain. Every season needs a villain.
Every season needs a villain, and you played it well. Congratulations. And we added a new one this season because they talked about it in Australian Survivor, and I always thought of it. And Thomas may know I played a live game of heroes versus villains versus vigilantes. This is our anti-hero, but we call it a vigilante here. So who was the anti-hero? Who was heroic, but who was also villainous? They were right in the middle. They were both. They were both this game. Our 3 nominees are Julia B, Mona Lisa, and Thomas. But our winner is Julia B. Congratulations. You had heroic moments, you had very villainous moments, and that's what got you as the biggest vigilante this game. So, let's see. So now I think we're getting into, we have player of the season. So who did we think encompasses this season? Obviously, besides the winner, who was the player of the season? Our 3 nominees are Marcelo, Maddie, and Thomas. But this award goes to Thomas. Congratulations, Thomas. You were the player of the season in our eyes. So congratulations on that. So that gets us into the host favorite. We picked a pre-juror and a juror. Sorry, finalists. You already had your time to shine, so we did not pick any of the 4 of you. But Rachel is not here, so I'm going to, and each prod member is going to come up and they will give their reasoning. But I'm going to read for Rachel because she is not here. So we're going to start with her pre-juror. My pre-jury favorite is someone who definitely stood out since the start as a passionate individual. This person gave it their all from start, and although didn't make it deep, definitely left a mark on this season. My pre-jury favorite goes to Julia G. So Julia G, congratulations from Rachel's pre-juror favorite. But now Rachel's juror favorite. My juror production favorite is going to someone who I had so much fun with during this season. From the moment you came in, last minute to the moment you left, you made me smile, laugh, and cry. Watching you play this game was beyond amazing. I wish I could be here to present this to you. You know I love you. Being able to host you and watch you spit lies for fun, look at your charts and PowerPoints, and do live confessionals together was everything I ever wanted. With that being said, my prod favorite is going to none other than the OG rocked out queen, Julia B. So congratulations, Julia B.
Love you, Rachel.
We love you, Rachel. But up next, I'll kick it over to Hannah. So you give me your reason and then I'll reveal your person.
All right. So for my pre-juror, I think this person just is new to the community and came in with such light and enthusiasm to play this game. They were fully invested and gone too soon, and I would love to see more of them, and I hope they continue to play these games in the future. So my pre-juror pick goes to Shemayam.
Congratulations, Shemayam. And then the other.
All right, this one, we all had to wrestle for this, but I got first. I mean, this is, I think the awards made it clear this is a favorite, and I don't think we have to go over it again because you don't need any more hype. So my pick for favorite juror is Thomas.
Congratulations there. Up next is Rocky. So we're going to start with your pre-juror favorite, Rocky. I think you're still here.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, y'all got me up. Yeah, y'all know I go to work at 7 o'clock in the morning,
We
child.
do.
Rocky girl, you're up.
Yeah.
Okay.
My pre-juror favorite should be no surprise to anyone. It's a very good friend of mine. I think that he has an amazing brain and probably was just a little too strategic in the early game for people's liking. I love him to death. I know he's not here. I haven't talked to him in a while, but Sean is my pre-jury favorite. And then my jury favorite should also not be a surprise to anyone. This bitch had me getting ready for work in the morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, crying, looking at this tribal council. I have grown to love this person so much. Like, we have gotten so close. Like, it's been said all night, like, if they got to the end, it was probably going to be a wrap for people because the bitch can speak. Like, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the end of A Sinner's Life 3, this person is the winner, and they won because they talk circles around and just like let everybody know, like, I am that girl, I am that bitch, I am the moment, and that is Marcelo G, baby.
I love you.
Love you so much, sis.
Love you.
Congratulations. Up next is me. So, first my pre-juror. So, coming into this game, I didn't know what to expect from this person. Loved their energy pre-game. Their confessional was a hoot. The more I saw them play, the more I fell in love. They are just a bright soul, a bright energy, and I'm just honored to have them in this game. And I hope to continue to talk to them because I love them dearly, dearly, dearly. And that goes to none other than Ray. So congratulations, Ray. And then my favorite juror award. So coming into this game, I'm going to say I fought super hard for this person to get into the game. They may have started a little slow and worked their way in, but they were always there in the know. It may not seem like it, but they knew what was going on. Loved their confessionals. They were always dedicated to the game, always was here fighting their hardest. And I appreciate that. It just so happens we share a placement. I've said this before, but it goes to none other than Tim. So congratulations, Tim. And now I'm going to kick it over to the big crybaby himself, Sandy.
Stop this. Stop calling me out. You know, these are sentimental moments for me, okay, Drew? Okay, so my pre-jury favorite is going to somebody that I didn't know at all prior and actually played stronger, better, more present than I could have ever imagined. Up until the bitter fucking end, this person had a very huge impact on the game for their time there. And I'm just so grateful to have met this person and that they were even interested in playing this game. Because I was really rooting for them, and I need them to know that they ate it up, even if the placement doesn't, reflect that. So my favorite pre-juror award goes to Emily. And
Sorry, I'm but thank you, Sandy.
You're welcome, Queen. You deserve it. And my favorite juror award goes to somebody that I knew had to play this game once the rap came in. And I just loved watching them maneuver. There's really not much more to say, that I was just captivated. And they deserve all the praise because they're a great person, they're a great player. And yeah, they deserve this love. So my favorite juror is going to MD.
Thank you, Sandy. Love you.
You're very welcome. Love you too.
And with that, thank you for sitting through the awards. That is all we have for you. Before we get into the reunion, do you want to say it? You want me to say it, Sandy, for the next season?
You could say it, Drew. You love the twist.
I do. But as y'all know, this is the last newbie season for a while. iSurvivor's not going to probably be around until next year, probably a year from now, because there's going to be 2 back-to-back gamer seasons, just so you are aware. But the next season of iSurvivor is going to be none other than Second Chances. So we are going to be putting apps out for that when it gets closer. So as it gets closer, if you've only played once, this is for anybody watching. If you've only played once, you can put your name in the hat. I know it's going to be a tough decision for us to pick because there's so many amazing people who deserve a second chance. I'm looking at a lot of them now, so it's going to be very, very, very hard for production to pick, but that's what's in store for iSurvivor is second chances. So be on the lookout for that next season or next year.
Also be out the lookout for gamers later
please.
this summer.
Be on the lookout for Gamers Season 3 dropping this summer. We're hoping to start probably August. So apps should probably drop in like July, probably. That's taking a new twist too. What we like to do, what we want to do with gamers is take it in 2 season chunks. Season 1 and 2 had to do with video games. Season 3 and 4 are going to have to do with board games. So that is the theme work for Gamers 3 and 4. If you don't make season 3, don't fret. Season 4 will pretty much be probably January of next year. Those are back-to-back games. So be on the lookout for all that. But those of you watching, we are probably going to end it here for you all. We're going to let these folks have their reunion, dish out any drama they may need to dish out, give any praise, anything that they would like. But yes, yeah. So anywho, before anyone watching can do this too, I'll let Hannah let them do that too. But Hannah, I'm gonna have you come on up here. It's a good way to say goodbye to the viewers as well. I think y'all know.
So, shots.
Who's taking shots? I know it's
Who's taking a shot, guys. It's the end of the game.
Had it poured. You know.
I saw you pouring one. I poured one too.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even pour it. I just grabbed the glass. I don't have to. Okay.
I'll be there in about like 15 minutes and I'll get a shot with you guys.
Yes.
We'll do a shot in 15 minutes.
Jose.
Why do you need your 2-1?
All right, quickly
Yeah,
before
no,
Hannah does a 3, 2, 1, I want to thank the viewers. Thank you, the cast. Thank you for my production team. I can't do this without my production team. Obviously, we all have hats in the ring here, and it does not come to fruition without Drew, without Rocky, without Hannah, without Rachel, without Romeo. Thank you to the cast. We can't. All of this stuff is just ideas until we get a cast to bring it to life. So without Milan, without us, there's no you. Without you, there's no us. Thank you, Hannah. Take it away.
All right, guys, raise your glasses. Here's
Hold
to.
on, hold on. Sorry, I want to get one. Sorry.
Okay.
I was typing.
You're good.
Run.
I know y'all always waiting on fucking Mona Lisa. Sorry, guys.
Literally, why was that not an award? Who are we always waiting on? And the running would be Mona Lisa and Sheed.
It's true.
Yeah, Mona and
Mona Lisa and
Sheed for
Sheed.
sure.
I want to say while Mona Lisa's getting her shot. First of all, congratulations, Mona Lisa, sis. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. I can't wait to talk to you like after the game and stuff. I mean, what's after, but you know. But also to my cast, I'm so happy as like the casting director and like this being my first time, Sandy put me like in the spotlight. For me, things did get busy. I started working 2 jobs, so I didn't get to like host you guys as much as possible. But I'm getting a little bit emotional because this meant a lot to me for this to be like my first time like being like a host, like a real host and like in the spotlight. And everybody knows on Pod, like I freaked out a lot behind the scenes. And yeah, so I thank y'all for like being like the first cast to officially allow me to host it with y'all. It was an honor. Every single one of you did amazing. And to my Pride team, thank you so much for dealing with all my bullshit and all my cries and all my just temper tantrums and just giving me so much love and like pushing me to like get out of my comfort zone. So I love you all. So yeah, congratulations again, Mona.
Thank you, babe. I can't
Love
wait
you,
to talk to you too.
Rocky.
I love you, Rocky. Well, now I
You're the
have
best.
to thank you guys for asking me to join your production team. I am so thankful to be here. We've become like a family. Rocky, you are amazing being the front man this season. I know you were so nervous, but I think you killed it. And Sandy and Drew, it is so amazing watching your minds work forming this game. Like, I love just watching you guys. Sometimes I don't even help guys. I just like sit there and watch them because I just love it. They're amazing. And Rachel just pops in and does everything like this like super powered woman. And it's an amazing team. And Rocky is amazing at casting and got together such an amazing diverse group of people as far as personalities and race and sexuality and gender. It's just, what other game does this? Rocky, you are one of a kind. So thank you for welcoming me to this season. Great cast, great people, and congratulations, Mona Lisa.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers. I took one already, so I'm taking another one.
Oh, look at that, taking a drink. I love that.
Can I just say this season was giving better than any of the challenge, World at War, whatever the fucking survive this past season, Cyber, Big Brother, like this season was giving like actual television. Okay. Just saying.
Y'all are amazing. I'm gonna do it because I do it every season. I'm gonna shout out Prod as well. So obviously, players, you were fantastic. Without you all, you couldn't make my vision come true. Sandy, I want you to hop on video because I do want to see you cry tonight. So
You're so annoying.
But thank you all for making my vision come to life. I've had many different themes run through my mind. There's been times where production had to shut me down for some of my ideas because they were a little crazy. Yes, Thomas, your card was worse than what it ended up being. I will say the devil card was supposed to be, you needed to name a person you trusted the most, and you would not have your vote until they were voted out. So that was the card, but I got talked out of it.
I nixed it and made your new card, so I don't know which is worse.
So
thank you, Hannah, for that clutch idea.
Yes, but I just have a lot. I have a lot running through my mind. I feel like where I fit in on this prod team is coming up with the challenge, or coming up with the themes, coming up with the twist, and all of that. That's my baby here on prod. So I'm just honored that I have been drinking, so you may get a tear out of me too. That Sandy even took a chance on me back in OCC. To even give me a chance to play this game. I may have got 7th, but he then rallied me for the next season. And ever since then, Sandy, Rocky, and I have been like this. We have been like the core of this production team, and I wouldn't have it any other way. They are my besties. Everyone on Prod is my besties, but Sandy, Rocky, and I have been through a lot over these last couple of seasons, including gamers. But I think it just made us stronger. I'm glad to call them my friends, and this is a one-of-a-kind experience for everybody. I love this production team. I love what they do, what they say, and just what they stand for. I don't think you can find many other prod teams that will stand up for their players when they feel it's right and do the right thing, but they will always do it no matter the cost, no matter no matter. They're going to stand for what's right. And if we had more people like that in this world, the world wouldn't be fucked up. So big shout out to Sandy and Rocky. I love you two so much, to the moon and back. Love you both.
Stop it, Drew. Oh my God.
No. Yeah. Rocky and Drew. I like annoyed myself this season behind the scenes like a lot. Like I'm like, Sandy, you're being so annoying. Why are you so unbearable? And why are you so annoying? And why do they even want to work with you? Because you're unbearable. And like y'all like accept my OCD-ness and like you're just my best friends. And I wouldn't want to do this with any other people. So yeah, thank you for dealing with the Virgo and me. I feel like our games are probably like some of the best in our community because of the love that we have for each other and the love that we put into the game. Not saying other production teams don't. I feel like the trifecta of us together is something really special, and it means a lot to me, like in the community and in my life. And Rocky, you did the thing. Yeah, I know you were super scared, and I'm sorry if anything I did behind the scenes made you feel some type of way when I would say this doesn't work or I don't like this. I'm just super hypercritical and again annoying. And same thing to you, Drew. Whenever I shot down something, I was like, this isn't the best. Like, let's reroute it. I'm annoying, but y'all have my back, and you're my homies, and you ride for me regardless of how annoying I get. And you will forever be in my life. And this season was super extra special because Hannah and Rachel were both present, and I feel like they just complement us really well. So thank you so much for a great season, and to all you people for giving us the 38th adventure.
Yes,
Means
and
a lot
yes,
to me.
Hannah and Rachel, thank you so much for everything you did. You fit right into this prod team. I can't wait to see what you do moving forward in the future because you have a spot on prod for life. So, but
So a
that's it.
reunion?
That's it. We're gonna go to the reunion. So thank you, viewers.